Take a ride on Tony the Pony. Take a ride on Tony the Pony. Let's take a ride on Tony the Pony with Mr. Pineapple. Oh yeah, it's Mr. Pineapple's Wonder Hour.
Hello and welcome to Mr. Pineapple's Wonder Hour, the show where we talk big pineapples, small pineapples, hairy pineapples, and everything in between. The in-between being the infected pineapple. I'm your host, Tony the Pony, and with me, as always, is the one and only Mr. Pineapple.
Rapturous applause. Yes.
Yes. Woo! How are you, Mr. Pineapple?
I'm good, other than losing out on that soundtrack on eBay
Ha!
5 minutes ago.
Well, it doesn't matter how you are, because we've got a guest, people! Our guest for today is Colin-Cock-Hermia.
Wow, that is the first time I've heard my name in a long time. So, yes, I am here, Colin.
How are you, Colin?
I am good. I'm very good. I'm very glad to join you guys.
You know, long-time listener. He comments on the YouTube videos.
I do.
You know,
Better than Seaton.
Mega fan. Yeah, little bitch. We love him really. We don't.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I've heard nothing but hate.
He knows what he did.
Them years ago.
He was born.
Yeah. Well, as always, we ask our guest with 3 special questions. So, you probably already know what these are.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the first one, Mr. Pineapple?
What's your all-time favourite film?
All-time favourite film. I've kind of got 2 answers, but I'll go with the one that I think I could watch every day, and that would be Back to the Future. First one.
You're the second person to choose Back to the Future.
Oh,
Yeah.
not even original.
Grandad Dick. He chose the entire trilogy though.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
It's a bit weird that Dick and Cock-Hermia's got the same favourite film.
What would your second choice have been?
My other one would have been Children of Men.
Excellent film.
Technically, I think that's probably a better film, but I kind of think, for me, my favourite wise is Back to the Future.
Oh yeah, from a filmmaking perspective, Children of Men blows it out of the park technically. But if you want pure entertainment, you just want Marty on a skateboard, don't you?
That's it, and Biff and the truck full of shit. So
excellent stuff.
There you go.
Well, second question. What would be your meal on death row? Your last meal? You don't have to be on death row, it's just your last meal.
Tricky question, because I'm sort of vegan at the moment, but I know my last meal wouldn't be a vegan meal. I can tell you that. It would be probably a really, really nice steak, with like proper triple cooked chip, you know, all that sort of thing. Nice veg, really, really nice bottle of red wine. So that's what I go.
Yeah,
with.
I should add, this is a posh boy here. His family has a cleaner.
Really?
Called Ra.
I don't know this in the flat, but I did. My parents do have one, yeah.
Have they still got a holiday home?
they do. Mr. and Mrs. Hernia still have.
Oh, so Cock's your second name? Your middle name, even?
I would say so, yeah. I can't reveal my. Colin, I guess, would be the first name. So, you know. You've got me completely unawares with that. I haven't thought about being called Colin in a long time. So.
Yeah, so he's a posh boy.
Your first subject guest, I think.
His family, you know, are pro-apartheid.
That's a bit far, but I'll take it.
Or do you want to ask him the last question?
The last question, you know, it's the one the most famous question that we ask. Which cartoon character would you most like to fuck?
Oh, goodness me, this is a tough question. I can't. I've been watching a lot of the Clone Wars recently, and I'm not going to say Ahsoka because no, I don't. I'm not.
You've
really
been racist.
She's like underage in the
but I quite like. Was it Ayla Secura off of Clone Wars? The green one. Is it green? I can't remember. But yeah, I'll go with her just because she's current at the moment.
She's current. Excellent.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Wonderful stuff. Your mum's gonna love that piece
Oh,
of
it's
information.
alright. She doesn't know what she's in for. So.
Proud mother moment. Well, should we get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do this thing.
Hairy pineapple time then, I guess. What have you got for us this week?
Well, the other day I watched a pretty cool documentary called Cassandro the Exotico.
Oh.
It's about a luchador, you know, a Mexican wrestler who was an openly gay wrestler, you know. Exoticos are essentially caricatures, you know, stereotypes of gay people, but they're usually played by straight men, usually. So, and it was just about his story and the sort of prejudice that he's faced. Because by the time the documentary was being filmed, he was about 45. life.
Right.
And it was about him being in the twilight of his career. His body was essentially giving up on him, but his ego was like, I need to keep going. So it was just really cool. And I thought, oh, it's Pride Month, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's talk some good Pride films. You know, that was a really good film. I recommend it heartily to everyone if you're into wrestling or just documentary filmmaking in general. It came out 2018, I think it came out.
What did you watch it on?
Mubi.
Oh.
Very nice.
It's a wonderful streaming site.
Yeah, I'd quite be interested to look into that, because obviously you don't really hear of too many like openly LGBT sort of wrestlers, do you? So I'd be quite interested.
We had Darren Young came out, I think, after he was released from WWE, I believe.
Yeah.
But there's a few more coming out now. The guy in AEW, what's his name? I can't remember. Sonny Kiss.
Okay.
And there's the Nyla Rose, who's transgender.
Yeah.
And stuff. But there's really not that many at all.
Yeah, it's a bit like football. It's kind of like not really talked about as much, maybe.
Still a taboo thing. But we're going to talk a lot about wrestling later.
Oh no, this is the positive side of things for now.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought let's talk some LBGTQ plus, because I can't add all the extra letters. There's too many for me to remember off the top of my head. So, do you guys have any particular favourites? Or
Big fan of Pride.
I've got Pride written down on my list here. That's a wonderful, wonderful film.
Fantastic film.
Yeah. For anyone who's not seen Pride, it's set in the 1980s.
Yeah.
In a gay scene in London, but they are doing stuff with Welsh miners in the strikes and stuff, and it's just about two people coming together to form a coalition of awesomeness.
Two opposite communities.
Yeah, people getting over their stigmas and whatnot. Banging soundtrack as well.
Oh yeah.
That.
It's really good. That's so much it is. There's loads of different issues being explored in that.
Yeah. Based on facts as well, I believe.
Yeah.
True story.
So. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I recommend that. It's a really good one, but it's British wise, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to specifically British, the one I was going to bring up, I mentioned to you guys earlier, but I watched a film a couple of years back called Love, Simon, and I think it was the first major Hollywood one which had a teenage gay main character or something like that, at least as the star. But it's about this guy Simon. He's the guy, one of the kids from Jurassic World, and I can't remember his name.
Oh, the older brother, yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah, but it's about him it's coming of age, he's at school and finding out that he's gay, and then there's a blog which he writes about it secretly, and then it all comes out and that sort of thing. So I think it's a really interesting. I think it was quite good to have that sort of film maybe for the mainstream, because a lot of LGBT films aren't always as accessible maybe. But
yeah, a lot of them have to be very indie because they were tough to market, I guess, in the past.
Yeah.
A personal favourite of mine is The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Have you seen this film?
I've seen bits. I haven't watched it the whole way through.
It's just amazing. It's one of my favourite Australian films. I'm a big fan of Australian cinema in general.
Yeah.
And who doesn't want fucking Guy Pearce and Terence Stamp and Hugo Weaving just fucking kicking ass as transgender, transvestite, homosexual, whatever kind of characters they are in the film? Just fucking great.
It's a lot of fun, that film.
Yeah. It's a very light film, but it does it on a lot of sort of soured subjects and stuff. There's hate towards them in the film and stuff, but it's feel good and
definitely.
And again, excellent 70s disco soundtrack.
Very nice.
And I just love that film.
It's definitely a theme, it seems, with a lot of these films have decent soundtracks as well. So
Yeah.
all these LGBT films, they just know what they're doing, mate. That's what I'm saying.
we've frequented the gay club in Lincoln before. I can't remember the fucking name of it.
The Scene.
The Scene, yes. They always were playing excellent music.
That's it, yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And it was always open really late and free entry. So
It's not free entry anymore, I don't believe.
oh,
Yeah.
Bastards.
Bastarding gays. They become mainstream.
Does
And they
what
start
happen?
charging. Pricey for a pint in there though as well.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, I think it was, yeah.
like $3.50 for a pint of Strongbow.
Oh.
I ain't got time for that.
I'm back down south, so that's kind of normal for me now.
Yeah.
So, but
You're Reading, aren't you?
yeah.
Were you a part of the stabbings that occurred yesterday?
Not a part of them. I drove past where it happened yesterday though. So it's
As it was
pretty
happening?
shocking. Not as it was happening.
Oh, right.
No, I was getting away. No, but no, it was in the it's a bit of a shocking thing. A lot of people were messaging me about it, like, are you okay? And I was like, well, I don't really live anywhere near it, but I think because people saw Reading.
Yeah, I was going to message you, but then I thought I don't care enough. So
you'd have to find a new guest pretty quickly.
I'd just get, Dixie Normus on.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he might. If he'd been stabbed, it really would be a terrible time. Very deflating. So.
Oh, because he's a blow-up doll.
There you go. But no, I'm all safe, and I think, to be honest with you, it wasn't as bad as people were saying it was. So.
It was only a few stabs, not 5.
Yeah, it's not the US, and you whip out a gun or something. So I won't get into that. It's too political.
Harry Pineapple's taking a left turn, hasn't it? Fucking hell. Brokeback Mountain's a good film.
Yeah, that is an excellent film.
A great sex scene.
Ah, don't you just love it? I haven't seen that film in a long time. A long, long time.
I was trying to think of some other ones just now, like sort of at least like as the main focus. Obviously, you have a lot of sort of films which have maybe side characters, or like at least have side characters who are gay or bisexual.
Sort of every rom-com from the 90s got a gay best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they were. That's all they were allowed to be in the 90s.
Yeah, you got the classic 4 Weddings, isn't it? With the what's his name? The guy from The Mummy. I'm terrible with
John
names.
Hannah.
Yeah, and
Simon Callow.
Simon Callow. There you go. This is why we have Mrs. Pineapple here, because he knows everyone. So
His brain's just full with all the knowledge.
Yeah. I mean, I could talk about all the Celine Sciamma films again. Water Lilies and fucking Tomboy, and the best film ever, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which I believe the Colin boy got for his birthday the other day.
I did. I haven't seen it yet, but I will be watching it very soon.
It's amazing. There's tits in it.
Based on your recommendation, really.
Blue is the warmest colour.
I've not seen that yet, but it's just like 3
I've
hours
seen the
of
sex scene.
Sex in it, yeah. Apparently the director was very, very nasty to the women on the set of that film.
Yeah?
Yeah, apparently it's quite degrading.
Yeah, it does look pretty degrading.
It won a bunch of awards though.
Yeah, you got
That's the
Dallas
French
Buyers
for it.
Club as well.
You what, sorry?
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's got Jared in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Philadelphia is a great film with Tom Hanks about AIDS. He won his first Oscar for that film, actually. And then he won it again the year after for Forrest Gump, of all things.
I'm surprised Denzel didn't win for that, to be honest with you.
Oh, Denzel's great. Denzel should win for everything, just for being alive.
He only won it for Training Day, didn't he?
Training Day, yes.
Yeah.
2001.
I think it's not his best film. But
Oh, no, it's not.
there you go. I'm going off topic anyway.
We go off topic all the time.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what we do.
We plan, we get a structure, and we just fuck it all up.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah.
You always edit out the really bad parts, so it's all good.
There's never anything bad, it's just bad.
Yeah.
Dick the Kid.
Dick the Kid, man.
Is that the end of your Harry Pineapple?
Yeah, Dick the Kid.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave it at that.
But no, there's a lot of wonderful films out there now that people can watch and celebrate Pride Month.
And TV shows.
And TV shows as well, and games and such these days. I had lesbian relations on Assassin's Creed Odyssey yesterday.
I'm just playing The Last of Us 2, which a lesbian lead female character woman. There's a big, weirdly realistic lesbian kiss in it, and I was like,
I saw that video.
oof, hello.
What's the other one? I was thinking of, I've been watching Avatar at the moment, The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
I think
Right, okay.
Korra has quite a lot of LGBT stuff, isn't it? Legend of Korra.
Oh, yeah.
There's that stuff as well.
Also, Heavenly Creatures. Just everyone go and watch that. It's a great film. Kate Winslet's first film ever. Yeah. Peter Jackson directed as well.
Oh, the King Kong man.
Well, he made it like 11 years before King Kong, but
Yeah.
it's weird because he made Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, and Brain Dead, all these like splatter films, and it's like, you know what I'm gonna do? Like a film about a couple of lesbians. Just a very left turn.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson, and then he became really, really famous when he made them films with like the little
Elves
penguin
and such, yeah. Good
Yeah.
films though.
He don't make splatter films anymore, sadly.
Does he not?
He just makes The Hobbit.
I was going to say, he hasn't made a film in ages, right? Like,
Yeah.
Hobbit was, what, like 6 years ago? wasn't it?
Did he direct that film, or did he just produce it, that Mortal Engines one?
I thought he produced it. I thought it was Robert Rodriguez. I know he did the World War one, the documentary.
Oh yeah, the doc.
Yeah, that was meant to be really good.
Yeah, I've still not seen that.
No, I haven't either.
Well, he's 58 years old now.
He'll be dead soon.
Only dream.
He'll be on our dead people news.
Yeah.
No, he just wrote and produced it. He's doing a Beatles film apparently next year. Beatles documentary covering the making of the 1970 album Let It Be. That's gonna be shit.
When are we going to stop making Beatles films?
Oh, when the last of them die, hopefully.
Then they will make it with other people playing them.
Yeah.
They'll just do the biopics.
Oh, they did the Nowhere Boy a few years back, didn't they? About very early years.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
With what's his
Pretty.
face?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Kick-ass man. And then he went on to marry the director
Oh,
of the film. He was like 700 years older than him.
yeah. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Small pineapple time. Well, we talked trailers first, and the first trailer we're going to talk about is a game trailer. Boys, Star Wars Squadron.
Yeah, when you said trailers just then, I just remembered I forgot to watch this one.
You forgot to watch-
Yeah, so I'll just go along with what you're saying. Yeah.
Cool. Well, they
I-
released official trailer, and then they released a gameplay trailer after. So there is two. I don't know if you watched them both, but yeah, it looks all right. You get to pick if you want to be an evil or a goody person, and if you've played Battlefront 2, I guess it's just going to be like that when you fly stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what I only watched the reveal trailer. I didn't watch any of the gameplays, but yeah, no, I thought it looked pretty decent. I haven't really played the new Battlefront games. I played like Battlefront 2, like the original one, like
Excellent,
back in the day. The space, if it's anything like the space battles and that, then I'm well in. But I don't know, it looks all right.
I
In the
can only
gameplay.
comment on the title. It's got Star Wars in the title.
There you go. Well done. Great research today.
But yeah, it only shows like cockpit view in the gameplay, I think. So I don't know if that's going to be the only view, but it's like you can't even really see much, especially if you're in a TIE fighter.
Yeah, I
But
was gonna say.
I don't know. I thought the latest Battlefront flying gameplay was a bit shit. I don't know. I just weren't, because everyone was complaining that there weren't any like space battles and all that shit. So I feel like they've just released this to calm them people down.
Yeah, and let's face it, it's probably gonna have a battle royale mode, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
or something like that. Get on the
Isn't
hype.
there a space battle Star Wars game anyway from the past, way back when, that was pretty well received?
Oh, there will be. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, that rings a bell, but I can't remember what it's called. Was it similar era to like the old Battlefront games? I think I was gonna say it's gonna be EA, it's EA making it anyway, so it will look pretty, but will it be any good? Will you have to pay a load of money to get anything good in the game? Probably.
Yeah. Well, there's a single player and a multiplayer to it. I mean, the last one that they did was obviously Jedi Fallen Order, weren't it? So
yeah,
feels a bit weird following that up with another kind of Battlefront type game, really.
Yeah, and Fallen Order was pretty decent. I mean, it was like Dark Souls with Star Wars, right? But
Yeah.
that was pretty good game to play. So if they can and it looked really good. So whatever happens, it'll be a pretty looking game.
That's Starfighter.
Starfighter.
The player unites alongside 3 Starfighter pilots and is allowed to take control of several different spacecraft to help stop the invasion that threatens Naboo.
Oh, very nice. But it's not that game. It's a new game.
You can watch the trailer for that one. Or Mr. Pineapple, I should say. Sorry.
Yeah, bitch.
You can watch the trailer for that one.
But next trailer is a Netflix film called Warrior Nun.
Yeah, I've just remembered I forgot to watch this one as well.
Oh dear.
I've not been. It's because I got Assassin's Creed and I've just been bumming the shit out of that.
Jesus, man. At least you've watched the next 2 trailers. But this one looks interesting.
Is it about an actual nun who's a warrior?
Yeah, but she's got like supernatural powers and stuff.
Okay, so is it?
It looks a bit
action?
like Birds of Prey, but they're all nuns.
Because I've seen a lot of nun films.
Yeah.
Like Killer Nuns with big guns and stuff, and Killer Nun, the 70s exploitation film and stuff.
Sister Act.
Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit or whatever it's called. If it's anything like those films, then I'll be a fan.
Nah.
I've seen nun porn as well.
She's got like this weird ancient kind of
Hand?
I'm just gonna stop. She gets like engraved with this ancient rune on her back, and then it makes her do weird shit like teleport through walls and blast sonar blasts out of the back and just everything basically.
Yeah,
Superhero-y.
Yeah, it's definitely that. Yeah.
Like Birds of Prey, but with nuns.
When is that out soon?
July the 2nd.
That's soon.
Yeah. Is it a film or a TV show? I couldn't really tell from.
Thought it was a film, but
Oh,
Anybody famous in it?
no.
I don't recognise anyone.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's probably going to be quite average.
There's some good nun films though.
Sound of Music.
It's a long film.
There you go. Got nuns in it. It counts.
Well, the next. Shut the fuck up.
No, dickhead.
The next trailer, Train to Busan Peninsula.
Yes. I've seen this one.
I
Trailer
watched
2.
this morning. Looks good though, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
This
Yeah.
is what the Resident Evil film should have been.
Hey, we'll have less.
It looks like Resident Evil 6 in a film. It's
I've
great.
not played Resident Evil 6, so I couldn't comment.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is the lady in it, in that car, I was trying to work it out in the trailer, meant to be the daughter from...
Well, it is set 5
yeah.
years after
Yeah.
the original, so
Yeah.
possibly. Because we saw this together in the cinema, I believe.
We did. We went to Sheffield to watch
'Cause
it. And then
They weren't showing it in Lincoln.
No, don't show Korean cinema in Lincoln apparently. So yeah, no. I like as you know, like I really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah.
Like it really, for me, it was quite a fresh take on some zombie
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a lot of zombie films out there,
Yeah.
and games and TV shows and literature and comics, and it does stagnate every now and then as a genre.
So
But-
oversaturated, isn't it?
yeah, but that kicked it in the bollocks and gave it a bit of a kickstart that it needed.
Yeah, and having it set in that one place, making it quite claustrophobic, being on a train.
Yeah.
Really, like I think added to the tension and everything.
I need to rewatch it.
Yeah,
I need to watch it.
I'll buy it on Blu-ray later today.
yeah.
Do it. Then lend it me.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
lend it you because I've lent you Samo films and you haven't even watched them because you've got pregnant wife,
Wife.
fiance.
Yeah, not my wife. Okay, no.
Has she pushed the baby out yet?
Not yet, no.
Amateur.
I know. Fucking hell.
I was gonna say I was listening out to make sure I was like,
Just
is
see
it
if
gonna
she-
get cancelled? You know.
But yeah, Train to Busan looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Like, yeah.
Is it the same director? Do you know? Because like
Yeah, but I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Might even venture to the cinema to watch it.
Ooh.
If you're allowed to.
If I'm allowed.
With social distancing.
I haven't been to the cinema since Borap 2018.
Yeah.
Coming up to 2 years.
Rise of Skywalker for me, and I kind of wish
Same.
I didn't go. So.
Same. I was sat through the whole film like, I hate it. I was
I've still not seen it.
Oh,
I've heard it's
garbage.
yeah, garbage.
Should we talk the next trailer? Palm
Yeah,
Springs,
that's it.
Andy Samberg and someone else.
Kristen Milotti, the mother from that show,
Which show?
Let's mention that.
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh no. This film's instantly rubbish.
No, she was great as the mother. It's just, oh man.
I think the film was really good. To be honest with
Yeah.
you. Didn't know anything about it. Was like, what is this? Put it on. I was like, well, I probably will go see this now. It looks really cool. I thought it was a bit Groundhog Day. Bit of
Who doesn't love a good time loopy
yeah.
film? It was at Sundance or whatever, and I believe from what I read, it's the highest bidded after film ever from there. So for the distribution right,
Right.
People wanted it. They were like, "Give me this film."
Yeah.
No.
So good old Andy, just being awesome as ever.
Be interesting to see where it comes out here because obviously we don't really have Hulu.
Yeah, when it gets released on Hulu, I'll watch it via means.
Ooh. Sell the high seas.
Dodgy man.
I'm not a dodgy man,
Get
but I
your
will watch it.
VPN on.
I will watch it very, very illegally, multiple times.
Watch it on a stolen laptop as well, just to add to
That's it.
Boy
illegality.
J.K. Simmons in as well.
It does, yes. He looks like he's also in the time loop
Yeah.
from what I was getting. But I'm just excited for it. I like the cast. You know,
Yeah.
apparently they're really good together in it. I like it when there's a bomb in the cake.
Yeah.
It's set at a wedding for anybody who's not seen the trailer, and Andy Samberg keeps reliving the same day because of some kind of cave thing or something.
Yeah.
And then the mother from How I Met Your Mother happens upon the cave with him at one point, and then she gets stuck in it too. What's the song that keeps playing? I can't remember.
You're just making me think of Groundhog Day now.
Yeah,
So,
I Got You, Babe.
yeah, Sonny and Cher. I don't know. We'll have to
But
go on.
either way, it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to view it.
Yeah, I was trying to think what Christina Milotti's been in because obviously she was in How I Met Your Mother. which
She's
we
in
won't
an
mention.
episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if she was in Fargo, like the TV show.
She's done stuff on like Broadway and stuff.
Yeah,
I believe she was in the Broadway adaptation of Once. The
yeah. Oh,
amazing film. Love that film. God, 2007 was a good year for cinema.
take us back, mate.
Just that and like There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Ratatouille.
Oh, Ratatouille, mate.
Banging film. Love rats.
Banging.
Yeah. Also, that Coen Brothers film.
Which one is it? No Country for Old Men.
That's the one.
Right, yeah. The best picture.
And of course, the greatest film ever, Rush Hour 3.
Oh, yes.
You know, who
It's
doesn't love
good.
Rush Hour 3?
Big
It was the
risk.
film of like number threes, I thought, that year, from what I remember, because I remember having like an Empire magazine about it, saying it's like the threequel year or something. So like Spider-Man 3,
Oh,
Shrek
yes.
3,
Spider-Man 3.
Pirates of the Caribbean 3. I think they all came out that year. So it was like a really big deal for some reason, but most of them aren't that memorable, I guess. So, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
can't forget Spider-Man 3, unfortunately. But
Spider-Man 3's got a good film in it if the producers didn't fucking just throw the weight about and demand that Venom be in it.
yeah, it's the absolute worst part of that film. So.
Because Sandman is so good in that film.
Yeah.
Like, you can't fault Sandman.
Yeah.
And,
Dies her, doesn't he?
oh, rip. Such a good character.
Doesn't he have the little sand tears flowing away? Yeah.
There's a good film there. There's a good film there.
There is.
Fucking producers, man. I hate films.
It's all Sam Raimi's fault.
It's not Sam Raimi's fault. And I will come over there and I will kick you.
Yeah, do it.
We got him on Doctor Strange too, though, so
Yes.
that could be good if they don't mess with it,
If being the...
which they will. So, yeah, it won't be 15. It won't be. It'll be 12, a PG-13 rated film. You know, so they won't let him do what he wants. So.
It won't have a Bruce Campbell cameo or a Tobey Maguire cameo.
It might have a Tobey Maguire. Come on, might.
We'll have to see.
Probably won't, because Sony will be like, no, we want to do Into the Spider-Verse live action first. Fuck you. Anyway, let's go on to the news, shall we? So, big announcement for Mr. Pineapple. You got a right big pineapple hard on for this. Skate 4 has been announced.
It's the only news that matters ever.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks good. Well, we don't know anything about it. It's just had that little bit where they just said we're going to make it, and that's about
Yeah,
it.
we haven't seen anything.
And that's all we need. Like, because we played a lot of
with
Skate 3 at uni, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely. Skate 2, Skate 3, we played a lot of, mainly just like going down different runs.
The runs and stuff. We almost too much.
Yeah, goodness me.
We put off like doing work and everything just to play Skate.
Yeah, it was a permanent fixture.
That's like me with 2K17 WWE.
Who's on the front cover of that one?
Lesnar.
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember the image now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Brock.
I mean, we had one. I think Ed had a copy of one.
2K16 that we bought.
Yeah. So we played that a fair bit back at uni.
Yeah, I went through I think it was the Stone Cold mode that was.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah. I mean, did a lot of
Controls were so confusing for a man that was just used to playing Here Comes the Pain over and over again.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think the last one I played was like SmackDown versus Raw, like 2007 or something like that. So with Big Daddy V, or whatever it was.
Oh boy.
Daddy V.
Skate 4 looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I've still got Skate 3 downstairs. I just don't have an Xbox to play it on.
It was literally just a guy in a snapback saying, yeah, we're making it.
And that's all I need.
Yeah, it was like a minute-long video. I saw it on here, and I was like, I heard about it, but I hadn't seen like a video or anything. I was like, oh, there's a trailer or something out there, and then I looked at it, it's just this minute-long video. I was a little bit disappointed, but
hey, have less.
Well, next bit of news is video game news
There's
as well.
no other news. That's it. That's the only news.
Crash, it's about time. Crash Bandicoot 4. The box art got leaked 2 days ago, I think it was. I didn't even know this were happening. But they've changed the look of Crash, actually.
Oh, the character design being tweaked, has it?
Yeah, it looks a bit more, I don't know, just a bit.
Has there been an uproar on the internet?
I didn't get into that. He kind of looks more like he does in that fucking... He was in Skylanders or something, is it? The thing Spyro was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that for a bit, and they've kind of took a bit more inspiration from that character.
You know about the TV show?
And the game.
I've only seen the show, sadly.
Yeah.
More than one.
they've changed the developers, haven't they? So it's not like the guys who made Reignited, from what I remember. They've changed it up to someone else. So
No, they're not.
not Reignited, the Spyro one, the Insane trilogy or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
I have to see if it's.
So that were Activision, weren't it? They did that.
I can't remember. Precarious Visions or something like that. But yeah, I think it could be good. I haven't played the remake. I bought all of the old 3 on like PlayStation Store literally just before it was announced. So I was played through like the 95 one, all the really old ones. But I haven't played the new one. Though it looks really good. So
I'm not the biggest Crash fan.
Yeah, a little bitch, though, aren't you?
I think the most Crash I've played is on Uncharted 4.
I forgot you can play as him in that.
I played a lot of the racing games though, actually, and I think I have Crash Bash somewhere knocking about for the PS1.
Oh, that's a classic game, that.
Well, next bit of news, Ben Stiller is directing Oscar Isaac in his new thriller, London.
Yeah, as we say this often, Oscar Isaac gets everywhere. We've been saying it for like the past 4 or 5 weeks now, and he just keeps appearing in stuff.
Well, we keep fan casting him as well, so it's not...
Yeah.
Doesn't help us.
Yeah, I've got to admit, when I saw this bit of news, I really had to look it up because all it says here is Ben Stiller directing Oscar in London. So I was just thinking he's directing like an Oscar bait film in the city of London. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, so hopefully I looked it up. It could be pretty good.
Yes, there's not many details about it really. I don't believe.
I'm assuming it's filming in London, right? I mean, it would be a bit weird if it wasn't.
Who knows?
So there's no details on the plot.
Ben Stiller directing a thriller as well.
Yeah.
Because I know that he produced this TV show recently that won like a bunch of Emmys and shit. That was like thrillery, dramery and stuff. So maybe he's branching out and having a bit of a renaissance.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be decent. I mean, Oscar Isaac, great actor. Ben Stiller's directed some good films in the past, so could be pretty decent. Obviously, Oscar Isaac, and I know you guys love him, but like Inside Llewyn Davis, all those dramatic stuff he does is really good.
Escape at Dannemora. It was on Showtime.
Oh, it's the one with Paul Dano in it.
It's based on the 2015 Clinton Correctional Facility escape. So he directed all of that, and that was a drama-y, thrillery thing. Got a bunch of plaudits and such.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just really good at that kind of shit now.
Yeah, fair enough.
What was the last thing he acted in? I ain't seen him act in ages.
Night at the Museum.
Yeah.
Merkowitz Stories and Brad Status from 2017.
Yeah, it was a good film.
He needs to act more. Last film he directed was Zoolander 2, though.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Better not talk about that.
Did he do Mystery Man?
No, he didn't direct Mystery Man. He
No.
just starred in Mystery.
Yeah.
Such a good film.
Yeah.
Wow.
1999, another good year for films.
Yeah.
Do you boys like Digimon?
Yeah, I watched it a lot.
Do you boys like Disney?
No.
What about Disney live action films?
No.
Well, you're gonna love that Disney are rumored to be making a Digimon live action film.
Wow, I have no opinion on this. I never watched Digimon, but live
You never
action.
watched Digimon?
No, I never watched it.
Digital Monsters.
Digimon are the champions. Change into digital monsters to save the digital world.
So
Maybe
good.
I should watch it now. I've had that amazing intro. I should probably.
There's more, but that's just a little tease.
Yeah, I'll have to start with the live action though. Just start with the shit, then get to the good shit.
I mean, it's gonna look terrifying because
Yeah,
some of them.
Some of them are fucking freaky, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've got some Digimon toys still somewhere knocking about in this house, and they're for kids, and they're scary shit.
Yeah. Well, at worst, it might be a bit like Detective Pikachu, maybe. So I don't know. See,
I've still not seen that.
Good.
I've heard from my flatmate. It's pretty good.
I've heard it's a film. Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting a biopic on Lemmy.
Excellent news. I'm a big fan of Motorhead. I played a lot of Motorhead at uni. My Angry Time music.
Who's gonna play Triple H? That's the question.
He's going to cast himself. WWE are definitely going to be producing this film.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely.
Bunch of wrestler cameos. Big Show will be in it as a crossover with the Big Show show.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, man. It was a decent show.
Jack
Who would you
Gallagher
have?
will be there.
Oh no. Let's hope not.
I don't know. Who? Oscar Isaac.
Yeah. Actually, it's a good shout.
Oscar Isaac is cast as every member of Motorhead.
I think Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep.
Are you insane? Who could play
God.
Lemmy? Well, they've
Sean
got to
Bean.
look ugly as fuck, can't they?
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean's not ugly.
Put a massive wart on his head.
Just from Yorkshire.
Bring a British guy in. That's what I'd like to see. At least have it someone being British. Then
Just get Gary Oldman and put
Gary Oldman.
yeah.
him in a fat suit and
you
get
know.
another Oscar.
Don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's.
gonna be his whole life, or if it's just gonna be like later years, or
What are they going to go down the route of having them singing, the actor singing as well? So they'd have to have some singing talent, I guess. They'd
yeah,
have to learn how to play the bass.
it's true.
Get Joaquin Phoenix and
They'd have to do all the drinking if they'd been a character actor.
Yeah, definitely. Or the Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels isn't even that nice.
No.
And it's expensive,
It's
but
like
I don't drink
32
anymore,
quid.
so, you know.
I don't really know who else could play him. I reckon that they'll pick someone who is way more better looking though, right, and ugly him up a little bit.
Yeah, they'll romanticize Lemmy as this
Yeah.
people dashing.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, yeah, we might get like someone playing Triple H, which I'm kind of excited for as well.
It might, you know, it
A
could be cool.
WrestleMania.
Could be cool.
You get the Live Aid thing for what Bo Rap. You get WrestleMania for
Yeah.
yeah.
That performance where he looked so bored when he was there.
Electric, mate. Especially if it's produced by them, they have to do it.
Well, next bit of news: Kristen Stewart to play Princess Diana in Pablo Loren's Spencer.
I mean, I couldn't care less about this.
She's gonna die though.
She died ages ago, mate. Get off. Well, there was that shit film that came out, weren't there, that got fucking savaged? Called
Oh, that
what-
one where she's in love with the guy from Lost.
Yeah.
set in the Lost Universe.
Maybe.
What?
Oh, you'd secret past life. Yeah. No, well, they've got someone playing her next season on The Crown, so it'd be interesting to see if they
Who
release
was
it.
the
at the same
cast as in the next season of The
time. I
Crown?
don't know. I think it's someone quite unknown actually. But they've got Gillian Anderson as Maggie Thatcher.
Oh,
So
I'm a big fan of Gillian Anderson. Not a big fan of Maggie Thatcher. though.
I thought you were gonna say big fan of Maggie Thatcher then.
I'm a big Maggie supporter, you know. We need more statues of her.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. She could be good in it. She's a good actress.
She is a good actress, but people just see Twilight, don't they? It's much like the Robert Pattinson stuff,
Yeah.
sadly.
I mean, both of them have been in some real good films the last couple of years. I mean, obviously, Pattinson, you got The Lighthouse, Good Time,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm a big fan of Adventureland with Kristen Stewart in.
Yeah,
And I think that came out while the fucking Twilight films were still coming out as well.
similar time, I think, yeah.
I don't like her. She annoys me. And I'm happy to see her die in a car crash. Next bit of news: Fox announces new animated show from the co-writer of Rick and Morty and the writer of Community. Is it?
He created them both as well.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not forget the thing he created the shows.
No. What's his name? Dan
Harmon.
Dan Harmon.
Danny
Boy. That's what I wrote there.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on this, so I know he's making a new show, but
It's all very, very hush hush, under wraps, secret. All we know is that it's being made and it's going to be animated.
it won't be out for ages though, because they're still, working on Rick and Morty and that at the moment, isn't it? Because they've got like 80 episodes or something. So I
Well,
don't know.
Royland did release his new kind of thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
That what's it called now? That one.
We
Solar
should know. We
Opposites,
talked
I
about
think.
it.
Yeah, it's on
Solar
TV.
Opposites, isn't it? It just looked like an alien version of Rick and Morty. So
Yeah, the animation's very similar. I think they probably used the same people to do it. But yeah, I haven't seen it, but it's meant to be really good. So yeah, sure.
Yeah, I sort of fell off the radar a bit with the Rick and Morty guys. I haven't seen anything past season 3.
Yeah, it is on Netflix. I think the first half of season 4 now.
Yeah, I got a notification saying it's popped up. Yeah.
It's decent, but you got to really not take it too seriously. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like with anything, the fans are the worst part of it. So,
Yeah, they're toxic.
Yeah, it's sometimes like Star Wars fans, right?
Yeah.
People who hate it the most are the biggest fans. But but hopefully his new show can be good.
Plus, he's not topped Community, so he's never going to do anything as good as that.
Bring
Well,
back the movie.
Yes.
Well, next bit of news, Ewan McGregor's been cast in Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. He's been cast as Jiminy Cricket alongside Tilda Swinton, Christoph Waltz, Ron Perlman and David Bradley.
Of course, Ron Perlman's in it.
Ron
What else is he
Perlman,
going to cast?
Ron Perlman's playing
He should have cast him as Pinocchio.
Mangiavuso. Who the fuck's that? Oh, probably the bad guy. David Bradley's Geppetto.
Is it?
That's the guy who creates Pinocchio, right?
Yeah, and it hasn't been announced who Tilda and Christoph playing. So
Who's playing Pinocchio?
it hasn't been announced, mate. I just said you fucking.
I weren't listening.
Oh, right, okay.
I just think a live action Pinocchio just sounds really creepy, especially if
They've done
Yeah,
a live
mate,
action.
direct.
There is live action Pinocchio already, isn't there? From like the 80s.
I was there.
With I think Paul Rubens is in it.
Or is he playing Pinocchio?
Yeah,
I think
look up at the picture, man. It's like weird.
This is animated. It's not live action.
Well,
Looks really dark though.
It's that weird like style, isn't it, that they're doing at the moment of like Disney stuff, which is live action, but it's just really realistic animation, right? Like with like Lion King and that, isn't it?
So, like that. That's what it looks like apparently.
Wow, is that with puppets or something? It looks a bit like.
I mean, it makes sense if it was.
But yeah, Ewan McGregor could be decent. I mean, I don't really know much about his voice work that he's done before, you know, but
He can
usually-
sing somewhat, can't he?
Oh, he is in that film, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, Star Wars Episode 3, where he sings.
I was talking about Birds of Prey. No, he's just really flamboyant.
Yeah. Well, next we've got the death section. The last bit of news, because, you know, got some big deaths this week. Do you want to take over, Mr. Pineapple?
I'm always happy to take over when it comes to death, you know?
Well, we was talking about Peter Jackson earlier. Peter Jackson's not dead, by the way, but,
Yeah, he's very much still alive.
you know, the first death does relate to good old
Yes, Ian Holm. Holm.
He's not home anymore, is he?
He's still in home, but his home is now a casket or an urn, depending on if he gets cremated.
Yeah.
Or if he gets scattered, then he lives in the Mother Earth.
He is Mother
Well, either way, home, Ian.
Sir Ian Holm. Come
Sir
on.
Home is dead.
Yeah.
And, you know, his most famous films are A Severed Head from 1970, Dance with a Stranger from 1985, and Oh Jerusalem from 2006.
Fuck off.
Those are the most famous films that he was in.
Yeah.
I mean, he did play Bilbo though, didn't he?
Oh, yes, he was in Lord of the Rings. I
Yes.
forget that. And Alien. How could I forget that? And, you know, he won a BAFTA for being in Chariots of Fire. How could I forget that? And he did a voiceover in Ratatouille. And he was in Fifth Element, you know?
So many roles.
And that Jack Ripper film with Johnny Depp.
That Jack Ripper film with
Sleepy
Johnny
Hollow.
Depp.
No,
From Hell.
From Hell, that's it.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of good films.
Yeah.
Fifth Element, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Naked Lunch, a bunch of Shakespeare adaptations.
Yeah.
Brazil, wonderful film.
Oh yeah, of course he was in that. Yeah.
But my favourite film he's in is, of course, Alien. He plays Ash,
The Milkman.
the android. He's got a few. He's a bit nefarious. He's got some underhanded motives.
He's a naughty android, isn't he?
He is a naughty android, yes.
Better than
I
Michael
think-
Fassbender, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's the best android in those films, Alien films.
Yeah.
You know, I recently watched it at the BFI. They did a 4K release of it, I think, like a couple of years back.
So posh.
Oh, I know
Go
it's
to the BFI.
the South Bank Cinema. It's not that posh.
It's the poshest thing I've ever heard.
But it looks really good in 4K, and the acting and that really stands up, and
It's just a good
don't-
film, isn't it?
you don't even see the alien that much in that film, and I always remember as a kid thinking it was like constantly in it, but it's like only in it for like 10 minutes or something.
You don't
So-
need to see the alien though.
No, you don't. It's all about the tension and
Yeah. But yeah, he's dead.
How old was he?
88.
Oh,
Died of some kind of illness or disease.
I think he had Parkinson's actually.
yeah.
So a disease, yeah.
There you go. You were correct.
Oh, who's next? Big boy?
Dame Vera.
Vera
Dead.
Lynn. I
Don't
couldn't
know.
believe she was still alive.
Who
She
is
was
it?
103, man.
Yeah.
That's like triple digit.
That's 3 years older than 100.
Fucking hell.
And that is the first triple digit number.
Yeah.
That is. Well done, Dame. Vera.
Yeah, but, most famous for singing during the wartime, We'll Meet Again and all those cracking songs. She entertained the troops,
I bet she did. Fucking slag.
Oh,
and she's dead.
yeah.
What did she die of? Being old.
Just too much slagging about.
Yeah, finally
took
caught
its
up.
toll. She was referred to as the Force's sweetheart. Back in the day. She sung some great songs. To be fair, I think I have a CD of hers knocking about somewhere. And she acted in a few films as well. Nothing too famous. But yeah, no cause of death. But we can only assume it was old age.
the
Given
Rona.
that she was fucking ancient.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think there's been any Corona deaths this week.
There
Like,
hasn't, sadly.
Big names. Really cutting our content.
But the last death is Willie Thorne, funny
Big
name.
Willie.
But he was a snooker player, you know. He only ever won one ranking title, I believe.
Oh, shit.
So he was a bit shit in that sense. But you're probably most recognisable to our era as one of the many commentators on the BBC's coverage of the snooker.
I don't watch snooker.
Well, you should do. It's a wonderful sport.
Boring.
You're boring. But Willie Thorne, dead, age 66.
Yeah, he was quite young, wasn't
He had leukemia, I believe.
Oh.
So he got diagnosed with cancer in 2015 originally, I think, some kind. And then he got this. He announced it in like March that he had it.
Yeah.
Then he fell into some kind of coma, and then they pulled the life support, and then he died, dead, not alive no more. Playing snooker against the gods now.
Right. Well, that's all our news. Infected pineapple time, I guess. Well.
No dead people for like the third week running, sadly.
I know.
What else am I meant to do? I'm trying to create content and they're not fucking keeling over.
Well, maybe it's time for the infected pineapple to die out.
I think it might be.
But before that happens, our good old friends at DC Entertainment, that's what we're called now, have announced their own little kind of Comic-Con. Kind of what I'm guessing it's going to be like what the PlayStation 5 kind of thing was, you know, the online event. It's called DC Fandom.
I mean, I don't like that name.
Obviously a play on fandom, but you know, it says here that it's going to be a free global online event boasting big announcements and new content from across the DC's TV, movies, games and comics, and only available for 24 hours. As of right now, the titles that have been announced to be shown there are Aquaman, Batman, Batwoman, Black Adam, Black Lightning, DC Superhero Girls, whatever the fuck that is.
That's an amazing cartoon.
Alright.
Yeah.
Legends of Tomorrow, Stargirl, Doom Patrol, The Flash, Harley Quinn, the Snyder Cut of Justice League, Lucifer, Pennyworth, Shazam, The Suicide Squad, Supergirl, Superman and Lois, Teen Titans Go, Titans, Watchmen, Young Justice, Outsiders, and Wonder Woman 1984.
That's a lot of content.
For
They're
24
showing
hours.
everything they're working on, basically. Everything that's in the future.
It's pretty interesting what Comic-Con's actually going to be consisted of, though. If this is just taking all the DC stuff away, and Marvel going to do the same, and then Comic-Con's just going to be like...
Well, they already do their D23 stuff now, don't they, Marvel? So it's kind of like most of their announcements are done there. So it's kind of it's a bit of a blow for Comic-Con, like you said. So yeah.
Unless they like teaming up with Comic-Con, and Marvel's just going to dominate Comic-Con this year, but who knows? But the only thing I'm excited from this is the Batman. Because, you know, Batman's... It's come and gone from this podcast, but I'm ready for some more Batman news.
We like the bat nipples, don't we?
We do, yeah.
Yeah.
And we will obviously be covering this in an episode. Depending on how much content there actually is worth looking at, it'll either be the big pineapple or hairy pineapple, I'm guessing.
You don't get to decide what's a hairy pineapple, bitch.
Yeah, but I mean, I decided the last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you excited for this, Mr. Pineapple?
I'm ambivalent.
But you're excited for Harley Quinn though, aren't you?
Oh yeah, you know I'm famous for my loving of the character.
I am actually excited to see if they show a trailer for the Suicide Squad though.
I'm excited just to see Dwayne. Dwayne's announced that he's going to be there.
Black Adam.
Yeah, Dwayne the Johnson rock.
Well, what are they going to announce from that? It hasn't
Just
started
him there,
filming.
just oiled up.
Yeah.
Be in costume or something, maybe. I don't know.
They'll just show off some concept art, won't they? or something?
I imagine they might announce a bunch of castings for things, perhaps.
Yeah, true.
For perhaps villains or whoever.
Well, John Cena might be there while The Rock's there at the same time.
Oh,
like a WrestleMania announcement. Black Adam versus whoever John Cena's playing in that
If
film.
John Cena's not playing someone who's invisible, then they're missing a trick.
Apparently James Gunn came out earlier this week and praised John Cena out of all the cast members.
He's a good actor, to be fair.
Is he?
Yeah, I like him in that one film.
He's good at parodying himself. I'll give him that. But
He's good in Blockers.
yeah, a parody of himself.
What was the trailer that we saw that he was in? Oh, Fast and Furious, wasn't it?
Mm.
Oh yeah.
That was- we just need Project Extraction to hurry up and come out, mate.
I know, fucking hell.
You know, John Cena and Jackie Chan. What more do you want? The only
Send it
JCs
on.
we need. Get Jesus Christ in there, and you've got a proper triple threat.
Holy Trinity.
That's the one. That's the name of the film right there. Someone should write that.
Well, next bit of infected news. Jurassic World is first film to resume shooting in the UK. I just think we should just stop making Jurassic World films.
Nah.
I mean, the second one was a pile of shit.
I mean, it weren't great.
Turned into a slasher film, mate.
It did, as I've discussed. It did turn into a slasher film in the last hour. It was a film of two halves, definitely.
What's it called, the new one? Saying Dominion or
Dominion, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they've got like a 50 million budget for like quarantine type fucking keeping away from each other things and giant vats of fucking hand sanitizer and shit that they can just jump into after filming.
Yeah.
What about the dinosaurs, though?
I don't think they're real.
What?
They never existed.
Been lied to.
Well, I can only hope it's good. It probably
not
won't
gonna
be.
though, is it?
No, yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, you'll mark out over it, but
I think I saw Jurassic World in the cinema with you as well, Cock-Hermia.
We did. I was trying to work out who I saw that with because I thought I went with my dad, but I must have been
We saw it in Lincoln.
Lincoln. Yeah,
Because I cried watching it
yeah,
when the Jurassic Park thing kicked in.
yeah.
And then you went to the chippy after and bought 2 sausages.
Wow, what a memory.
Saw quite a few films with you, actually.
Yeah.
We watched La La Land together
Yeah.
with them
Yeah.
teenage girls who were just like, what the fuck was that after it had finished? And we're just
Yeah.
like, that's a great film. And yeah.
I was shocked it didn't pick them up and take them away with the film's magic, but you know, I don't know, like Lincoln, you get all sorts at the Odeon in Lincoln, mate.
Yeah, there's some sites there.
Yeah. Was that pre or after Drew working there? That's the thing. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
One of our friends used to work at the Odeon in Lincoln.
Yeah.
And then he got fired for stealing nachos.
Oh god,
Nice.
it's funny now, but it really sent him on a downward spiral.
It did. It really did.
Oh,
He
Stole the
was.
nachos, should he?
yeah.
I mean, they're not even that nice, the nachos. Could have at least stolen like a hot dog.
Yeah.
Something with a bit more substance than a few.
Just steal one of them massive bags of popcorn that we have.
Yeah.
Just run out of it. Fuck you guys.
Well,
I've done some shady shit in Lincoln.
you've done shady shit wherever you go there, Miss Pineapple.
Well, yeah. The pony doesn't know about any of that.
Well, the last bit of infected news is the football's back on.
Yes.
Yay.
The pony doesn't care about sports or people's entertainment.
I care about sports where men are grabbing each other and shaking each other off.
Football.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, it started again on Wednesday, the Premier League. My beloved Liverpool play tonight.
And Everton.
Everton, Derby. We need 2 wins
They're going to lose both.
to win the Premiership for the first time ever.
They're going to lose, mate.
How do you feel about it, Miss Pineapple? Because obviously a lot of people have been a bit, like, obviously trying to write this season off a bit with what's gone on.
Of course
Do
they
you
want to
feel-
try and write it off because they've all been shit.
But what I'm saying is, does it feel like slightly lesser because of it, or is it? I don't know. What's your
I
opinion?
mean, it's certainly something that's going to be talked about for a long time.
Yeah.
You can't disregard the win. If anything, it makes it better
Yeah.
because coronavirus.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, they're before the lockdown, they're pretty much unstoppable. So.
Yeah.
You know.
Lost very few games this
Yeah,
season.
exactly. Yeah, I've actually been watching quite a lot of the football since it's come back because I've got like nothing else to do. But yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see how it all carries on. And obviously they've been doing like the minute silence for Corona and taking the knee and everything. So it's been pretty decent. Obviously, if you're not that into football, sometimes it's a bit difficult to find out which player has the ball because they all have the Black Lives Matter on the back of their shirt. So you know, but it's yeah, I'm glad it's kind of back. Yeah, for me at least. I mean, obviously not everyone's happy with it. It's all good.
And when Liverpool win, I will discuss it in depth on an episode of the podcast.
Will it be the big pineapple?
It will be the big pineapple, just me screaming for 45 minutes.
They won't win now, mate. They're going to lose.
Don't say that.
I mean, I said this about England when they were in the World Cup and then we lost and then we went home and everyone blamed me. And I said Boris Johnson's going to become Prime Minister as a joke, and he did. So, sorry, mate, but they're going to lose.
They're not. If they lose, I will come over there and punch you in the nose.
All right, that's fair.
Like, straight up attack you.
To be fair, they'd have to really fuck it up to lose it at this point. So hopefully not.
Stranger things have happened. That's all I'm saying.
True. But it is back. Yay.
Yay, sport.
Wow. So that was the end of the news section. Shall we get into the big pineapple, boys?
Again, not the biggest news section. Let's do it.
Well, our big pineapple this week is all about the action-adventure game genre, you know? The 1980 game Adventure has been credited as the earliest known action-adventure game. It was an adaptation of a text-based adventure game, Colossal Cave Adventure, for the Atari 2600.
2600.
2600, that's how you say it.
Come on, man.
Castle Wolfenstein was another early action-adventure game, 1981. Allgame also claimed the following titles released prior to 1982 were action-adventure games: Rescue at Rigel, Quest for the Rings, and Venture. According to Wizardry developer Roe R. Adams, early action-adventure games were basically arcade games done in a fantasy setting, citing Castlevania, Trojan, and Wizards and Warriors as examples. Although nothing similar to adventure, IGN argues that The Legend of Zelda helped establish the new subgenre of action-adventure, becoming successful due to how it combined elements from different genres to create a compelling hybrid, including exploration, adventure-style inventory, puzzles, and action components, a monetary system, and simplified RPG-style level building without experience points. So yeah, that's just a brief history, because we're going to be talking, you know, we picked out two games that kind of defined the genre from the 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s. You know, we like them 3 decades occurring on the podcast. This, as explained then, this genre is a very puzzled together genre.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, you know, it has everything from platform games to first-person shooter games shoved into this genre. And we're going to be doing an honourable mention section after we talk about the main 6 games we're going to be talking about. How we came up with these 6 games, we all threw games into a chat, and then we did a poll and voted on 2 games from each decade, and this is what we got for you. Let's start with the 90s, shall we? Well. The 90s had a lot, didn't it, boys? And the first game we all agreed on, you know, the 90s were easy for us. We all agreed on the same 2 games, weirdly. And this game that we're going to be talking about first is good old Tomb Raider.
That was so drawn out.
I'm trying to find the release date, mate.
96, isn't it?
It's just coming up with a fucking film.
Type in Tomb Raider 96.
PlayStation or something.
Yes, it is 1996. Well done. You know,
That's what I'm here for. It's what I'm here for.
we had to choose this one, didn't we? You know.
Yeah.
It's influenced so many games. You know, the biggest one being the Uncharted series. But kind of platform in this game has been shown in many different titles. You know, even from like Prince of Persia to, I'd say, even Assassin's Creed kind of been influenced by this. And, you know, you can't get more action-adventure than good old Lara Croft, can you?
I mean, in terms of 3D action-adventure, this is benchmark stuff, really, isn't it?
Yeah, fully agree on that. I think also starting to use guns and that around that time as well as a major mechanic was in that genre, at least, like you were saying about like the older stuff mainly being fantasy, and you know, it's putting it into modern day, but also still having the sort of spirit of the adventure stuff. I thought was, you know, and the gunplay stuff is really added to it, and it's really shown its influence. Like I said, it's Tomb Raider influence Uncharted influence Tomb Raider again. So it's you know, one of those things.
It's a cycle, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not like, obviously it's got guns in, but most of like gun games were first person shooters before this. I feel like this was one that really pushed the, you know, third person's perspective, and yeah, boom, straight out the gate. PlayStation 1, big boys.
Was it a launch title? Was that, I think it was 95 the PS1 came out the year before? I don't know, guessing not then.
It was surely the first game like this, or the first like polished game like this.
Yeah.
And she had triangle tits, so
Never forget, that's the influence.
You know, a lot of people pretty much list this on multiple lists of the most influential games ever.
Yeah.
You know, and pretty much one of the very first female-led sort of action-y type of games.
Yeah.
Or at least probably the most recognisable
Oh yeah, definitely.
female
Protagonist.
protagonist. She was fucking everywhere in the late 90s.
Yeah, but even now, like the influence, like when people think female video game characters, probably the first one that comes up. I mean, maybe it's starting to move on to other stuff now, but you know, every time, like even my parents know them. You know, do you know what I mean? And like they're not, it's transcended video games.
Well, I think the whole like controversy over like the sexualization of her as well. That's I feel like that made her one of the most popular video game characters.
Yeah.
And then they obviously dumbed that down in the remake. But yeah, great game. Probably impossible to play now.
I only played very little of this game. I haven't played hardly any of it.
Yeah, I thought it was quite hard.
I only played sort of the later releases
Yeah.
in the series myself.
It's a very weird game series. Dinosaurs and everything, and you can kill your butler. And I'm not sure if that were in this one, where you put your butler in the freezer.
In the freezer,
Yeah, because he keeps following you otherwise, doesn't he?
It's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Scariest fucking game character. But yeah, I'm guessing everyone can agree on that. And if you don't, Seaton, then you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I see Unanimous. It's definitely action adventure. I mean, like it's probably the most obvious. Well, apart from the other one we're talking about in this era, probably the most obvious one I think of our list.
And I think with action adventure games, they have to have a cinematic quality to them, which this does in many ways. It's a weird genre.
Yeah, it's so broad.
Weird.
Shall we get on to the next game? The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, released in 1998 on the Nintendo 64. First Legend of Zelda to make a transition into 3D. Yeah, the influence that this has had on many, many games, you know, the open world kind of it still stands up today, I think. I love this game and the story of it and everything. But yeah, the open world kind of gameplay to this. And I'm going to take a shot in the dark and probably call it the biggest kind of open worldy game that there was.
Definitely at the time.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
Yeah,
open world games, like, fucking, I don't know, because it's like we keep saying, genre of games is very weird. It's got like we call Skyrim an action adventure game, but it's also an RPG and a fucking open world, whatever. Like this, this game is obviously influenced like all the games like that, you know, like Skyrim and stuff. And there's just been so many games now that are open world that this really pushed. I feel like this pushed boundaries in the 3D open world genre. But
I've never played a Zelda game, as you know. I've told you this before.
still grinds on me.
Pardon?
Still grinds on me.
Yeah, but what are you going to do about it, you know?
Stab you in the kidneys.
Please, it's giving me pain, so...
I mean, the fact that this game is still like, I don't know how much you guys know about it, but obviously like the speedrunning community are still like working away at this game, trying to find quicker ways to finish it, and it's like a 22-year-old game. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy, like the influence it's had and the lasting power. You know, even stuff like the boss battles and the getting the equipment coming back to different places later on. And, you know, it really, like you wouldn't have like games with like God of War, even like now, you know what I mean? Batman, you know, the new Batman games wouldn't be the same. The whole open world thing is so innovative with that. And and with boss battles and things like that as well, you know, finding different ways to battle them. You wouldn't have Dark Souls, you know, it's just mad.
Yeah, it does influence a lot of them kind of like puzzle games as well, because like the level design in this game's just crazy, and horse gameplay as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you get to ride on horses?
Oh yeah, that's
Excellent.
Like a massive part of the game, you know. Back in bloody 1998, fucking influenced games like Red Dead Redemption, didn't it? Assassin's Creed, horse gameplay in that.
What I know about this though is it introduced, you know, context sensitive controls. Like, you know how in the past triangle would do one thing, but like in games and stuff now, you press triangle and up and it'll do something, or if you're looking at something a certain way and press triangle, it'll do something different.
Yeah.
You know, this was like the first game to do that kind of.
Oh, do you mean like lock on to stuff?
No. Do you know how in games now controls can do different things depending on the context that you're in the game?
Oh right, yeah.
Whether it be like a running section or an action section or whatever. Yeah. You know, this was like the first game to do that and stuff. So, and that's just like benchmark in every game now, isn't it? Control system and stuff.
Yeah, I was going to talk about, it was the first game to allow you to lock onto a target by pressing the Z button, Z trigger on the N64's
Oh.
crazy control.
Yeah.
And then, but as you said, then that same button would be used to kind of, what's it called, where you like focus the camera back to where the character's looking, kind of thing, if there's no targets around. So it did do that double feature kind of thing, like you were saying. But yeah, like you can see the kind of combat in the game as well. That's been influenced in stuff like Dark Souls, like you said, and The Witcher, stuff like that.
About using different weapons.
Yeah, like the inventory management as well. That's been in every game since.
That's my favourite thing in games.
No, it's you can't. It, like we said with a lot of other game, you can't talk about this the genre without talking about this game. It's just so seminal for the genre. Like it's even like I haven't played a lot of it, but like it's everyone who's remotely a gamer knows its influence or knows at least how revered it is in the industry.
I mean, I said I've not played this or any Zelda game.
Yeah.
Much to the chagrin of the pony.
Yeah. But its influence.
I understandably know its influence.
I'd say it is the most popular title as well from the Legend of Zelda series. The Link with his ocarina and stuff. That's just a staple of.
I mean, it regularly gets voted the best game ever made. I think that's just quite telling of its influence. I mean, even to this day, 22 years later, it's still getting called the best game ever.
Yeah.
Or one of the best games ever. Much like Tomb Raider, that gets called one of the best games ever.
Yeah. To the test of time. So.
And it's been remade fucking God knows how many times. So shall we move on to the 2000s?
Yeah, let's do that.
There was a bit of disagreement. There was one game that we all universally agreed on in this decade, and that is Uncharted 2.
Yeah, what a game.
13th of October 2009. Naughty Dog took a big jump into fucking action adventure cinematic thing. I think I'd say the main reason we didn't pick the first Uncharted game is this cinematic aspect of Uncharted 2. It just blows up the first game like. So I think the first game was kind of test the waters for Naughty Dog coming into this kind of like space.
Yeah.
And then they really fucking up the game with Uncharted 2.
I mean, Uncharted 1 is my least favourite in the series.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Mostly because of the jet ski level.
Oh, don't remind me.
I hate those levels. But yeah, the set pieces in this game, Uncharted 2, are just insane. I decided to watch a playthrough last night while I was doing some stuff. And just where you start in the train that's dangling off the fucking mountain.
Off,
As I said earlier, these games to be good for me have to have a sort of cinematic quality, because action adventure is probably the most cinematic game genre that it could be, And this one it's insanely good.
Well, it definitely brought the cinematic aspect to games, I think.
Yeah.
And Naughty Dog have carried that on throughout all the games. I mean, Last of Us, the thing is, I love games that have, simple controls, compelling characters, a good story, and looks good.
You don't ask for much, do you?
But the controls aspect and the gameplay are just simple.
Yeah.
And it is very simple. Most of it's just cover shooting and then beating the shit out of people with your fists.
Cover shoot, sneak,
punch,
climb some stuff.
Yeah.
There's a monster.
But the story and the characters. I mean, this Uncharted 2 did escalate Nathan Drake to being the poster boy for PlayStation for many years.
Yeah.
That's true.
Who's only just kind of dropped off that pedestal now. But yeah, it's just fucking
It is a real incredible game. I was just thinking about it with the difference between the first one and the second one is like night and day. It's like in terms of the scale of the cinematic, even just on the story is better, to be honest with you, on the second one. And I think partly that's to do with the fact that they've been working with the PS3 a bit longer, because I think the first one was either a launch title or it came out just after it was launched. So I think that they're having that power to look great and make those incredible set pieces. And the open of the game, like you said, with the train hanging off a bloody mountain, you couldn't it's like something out of Indiana Jones or something like that.
This is my favourite Indiana Jones film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it holds it is better than some of the Indiana Jones films. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, so it really the influence and taken over as the mascot.
But the past 11 years, games have only just been more and more cinematic, aren't they? Really, and it's all down to this, really, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's my favorite game. I love it.
It did come up it couldn't have come at a better time, because obviously people draw comparisons to this and Tomb Raider, but at the time of I'd even say at the time of the first Uncharted, Tomb Raider was slowly
dying a slow death, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just panicked and released so many sequels to that game, and it was just none of it got better as it went along. And this kind of came up and kind of revitalized. That's a good word? Yeah. The whole kind of
gave it a recharge, didn't it? And everyone was like, "Shit, we need to stop just releasing the same Lara Croft sequel."
I think that's why they kind of held back on the first Uncharted game, was to see if people actually still liked this kind of game, and obviously they did, even though it did have some annoying levels, like you say, the jet ski and stuff. But
I mean, the first game is still a good game, but there's just a lot wrong with it compared to 2, 3, and 4. There's almost constant barrage of people running at you in the shooting sections that just are non-stop. They never end. There's a lot of that, and those jet skis. Fuck me, they're janky as fuck to control.
It takes you out of the game, I think, those bits. From when I finished Uncharted 1, maybe the last year or two ago, because I never played it, and I thought I'd give it a go. I just thought it really dates the game of being it felt like, because obviously it's Naughty Dog, it felt like when you're in Crash Bandicoot playing the boat levels, in Crash Bandicoot 3, and I thought this doesn't fit into the aspect of the game, and I think because they did away with that in 2, and made it purely cinematic, I guess, a bit more. I think you can't talk about the new Tomb Raiders whatever either without talking about the Uncharted games now, because it's such an influence on them.
Definitely.
So, it's mad.
I need to replay it. If I weren't playing Assassin's Creed at the minute, I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll play it later.
Go on then, mate.
But shall we talk about the next game in the 2000s?
Well, we've talked about the greatest game ever made, so I don't think we need to.
Oh, we just stop there. Well,
Well,
we're going back in the past a bit now. I just thought we'd talk about Uncharted 2 because we all agreed on it. But the next game in the 2000s I want to talk about is Grand Theft Auto 3, released in 2001. Yeah, this obviously was the first 3D Grand Theft Auto. So much influence in. There were so many Grand Theft Auto rip-offs that just adapted the same mechanics, the same everything, and then just slapped fucking LA Bad Boys title or Total Wasteland, that one of them.
There's a lot of Saints Row and true crime games. Crackdown. Sleeping Dogs, even though I love it so much. Such an underrated game.
Not saying these games are bad, I'm just saying
but they are for sure cloned.
Influence. Another real cinematic one is like watching, obviously, it's like a gangster film. Like you're watching something by Scorsese, you're playing something by Scorsese. Do you know what I mean? Obviously the first two had that aspect, but to bring it into that 3D world,
characters actually there, quite presentable, really, rather than the top down.
That's it. It's over, and it's this whole world. You're in this whole world of Liberty City, isn't it? Because I always get, the thing is that kind of 3 in Vice City and San Andreas kind of blend a little bit for me. So, but obviously this is the one that started it off. This is the one that you don't. When people think about GTA as well now, you don't think about the initial 2D ones or whatever. Do you know what I mean? You think about all the open world aspect, and the guns and everything. It's kind of crazy. It's the influence this has had. You could talk about it for ages. It's mad.
I think 3 gets overshadowed a lot by San Andreas. I think a lot of people, when they think about GTA, they immediately think about San Andreas. I think it's because of the characters in San Andreas and the story. And it being that memorable. But really, the influence on this game, you can see it in so many other games. It just birthed kind of the open world that we see now. Like we said about Legend of Zelda being influencing open world, but this took it to the level of kind of modern open world games. Set in the modern day, like stuff like Watch Dogs. That's another one that kind of copies the formula. But GTA is always stuck to the unlovable but lovable characters. and the storylines of crime and just horrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing as well, is that these games it's not always about doing the story, or it's like just having fun in the world. And I think that's one of the biggest influences about bringing just a world where you can just go around and shoot people or whatever, or just do what you want. And that's as much a part of the gameplay as getting the story done. So I think that's a great influence there.
It certainly influenced the open-ended sort of gameplay aspects.
Yeah.
There's obviously story missions that you need to do to progress to the end of the game.
Yeah.
But there's all these side missions and side quests and mini games that you don't necessarily have to do to progress within the game, but it just gives it a depth that was sort of unseen.
Yeah.
And I think that's evident in like how long the games actually are.
Yeah.
Like giving them that kind of gameplay distracts you from, you can choose whether to just go down the story route or just blow a granny's head off with a shotgun, whatever you want to do. But it's like just Rockstar have found this kind of formula, and even in the different series of games like Bully or Red Dead, like there's same formula but just different settings, and that just speaks volumes for this kind of open world style.
I was going to say, like, even if you haven't played it, you know where it's come from. That's the thing. It's like you have played it by playing the other games. If that makes sense,
And that's why I don't understand when people are like, I like Red Dead, but I hate GTA. I'm like, how? Just because they're basically the same kind of
very similar,
really evil, nasty people, but just a different time period.
Yeah, I guess maybe the setting is a big part of it, but no, you can. This is probably one of the most, especially of the 3D era, is probably one of the most influential games ever. So,
and it's a formula that hasn't like really changed for 20 years.
No,
that's just
much,
they've obviously improved on like the driving mechanics and how it looks and stuff like that, but I was going to say something else, but no, my mind's gone blank.
It's just, I would need to replay this game. I haven't played it in years.
Yeah, it's very accessible. I think like you can play it all on your bloody phone now, can't you? It's like,
I've got it there on PS2, so I don't need to get it on my phone.
Although I don't know why you would play on your phone, because the control's probably awful, but yeah, definitely. I don't know.
They're just fun, man. They're just really good games.
Yeah.
And it's proven when, GTA 5 survived 3 generations of consoles now.
Never
so.
going down.
Yeah.
Can't wait for it to be on the PlayStation 8.
Two great games. Shall we mention what the other choices were, or should we do that in honourable mention?
I wouldn't do it now.
I think. Well, I know. So I put in Lego Star Wars. I thought it just revitalised the sort of the puzzle platform and stuff.
Yeah.
Faithful adaptation of the prequels. Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge is a great game. I would have liked to have put in Half-Life, but it's more of a first-person because that used to be my favourite game of all time until I played Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
But it does have puzzly bits and stuff in and all that. But it's just a bit too linear, I think, for it to.
Yeah, I agree.
Count. And I know Uncharted 2 is very linear, but there is still exploration and
much more adventure to it.
Yeah.
And it's like Naughty Dog are only just expanding on that, because I know I'm playing Last of Us 2 at the moment, and that's a lot more kind of open worldy, choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Naughty Dog games is they seem, the linear, but they kind of seem a bit open world.
Yeah.
So they always keep you on the right track, but you can stray a bit without getting lost and going to do like 10 other side quests.
Yeah.
But the one I voted on for this was Arkham Asylum, but that leads us into the 2010s. Little segue there, do you like that? Fucking hell.
There we are.
One of the games we agreed on was Batman Arkham City.
Yeah.
This game came out in 2011. Fucking hell.
I have played 10 minutes of this game, much like Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
This game, though, it's my favourite in the Arkham series.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Arkham Asylum, the concept is incredible. Like, it's an incredible game. But this second game, it really refined the combat. It really had much more stealth aspects, and the whole city of being able to go in that open world environment and
Yeah,
I don't think he's drive it in this one, but
bigger in scale, isn't it?
Yeah, and much more like the villains were much more part of the game because
like
in
fleshed
the first
out into side quests and that.
that's it. So yeah,
Who's the big bad in this one?
It's Joker.
Is it again?
No, I'd say it's Hugo Strange in this one, but Joker's kind of tied into
He's
that.
still there.
Oh yeah, he's
Knocking
got
about.
to be in it.
Yeah.
got Ra's in it as well. I think Ra's al Ghul.
It's got so many in this game, but the way that they feed them into, like, they could either be in about 10 side quests or one. It's just like a little cameo.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just every Batman fan's wet dream.
Yeah.
Obviously, we did get superhero games before with like Spider-Man 2, which was honorable mention.
Yeah.
But I think the two big superheroes that's dominated games are Spider-Man and Batman.
Yeah,
for
And
sure.
The Arkham series did overshadow the Spider-Man games because Spider-Man games were still getting released. Like you had Web of Shadows and that fucking Shattered Dimensions or something.
Yeah.
But this kind of took the forefront, and it had a like really good story.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it weren't just like, oh, here's this goofy Batman villain. Whee! It was actually a compelling emotional story for these characters.
Definitely. And even the ending was kind of unprecedented for a Batman story anyway. I mean, so it's I really enjoy this game, but I love the first one as well. But I think you can see the influence combat wise, and so many games have taken the influence of it. Like you said, the new Spider-Man game has taken a bit of influence from it. Even God of War to an extent as well, like using some of the same.
It
combat.
really brought the counter combat into play, especially with we had the Lord of the Rings game, the Shadow of Mordor or whatever it was called. That really took inspiration from this. And just whenever I see a game where it's like press triangle to do a stealth takedown, I'm like, hey, Batman.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, even Spider-Man tries to do stealth takedowns in his fucking bright red and blue suit.
So you put him in the stealth suit, mate.
A big thing was like the first one didn't have was that more than one person could hit you at the same time. So like you could do like a normal, like a real fight, right? So you don't have one person queuing up to hit you at a time. So you could have like 2 or 3 people trying to hit you. So you could, and that definitely every like game with fighting in it after that pretty much had that as a mechanic because they realised obviously how stupid it was just have one person at a time. So,
I know the later Assassin's Creed games have that compared to the old ones where you can just have 20 people around you and just block the one person that's coming in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Really elevated hand-to-hand combat mechanics, and it made side quests fun for me. So I didn't used to play them in any game. I'd be like, oh, it's just another collect this fucking flower for this elf woman so she can make you a potion. Great. And this is like just the Riddler challenges just speak volumes for themselves because that was always just a fun thing to do, especially if you're a fucking Batman fanboy like me.
It added so much to the game, and like just little bits where like you go to random areas, get the Riddler trophies, whether it's either skill based or it'll be knowing something about Batman. So it'll be like taking a picture of something that's relevant to Batman or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And that would be get you a trophy or something like that. So and then of course they had the whole thing with the bloke, the calendar man guy. So if you spoke to him on certain days during the year, he would like say different things to you, and it was like
nice,
pretty. And that wasn't really like it wasn't part of the game. You had to figure that out yourself. Like something.
Oh yeah. A lot of the stuff is like that. It doesn't give you it on a plate. You've got to go and actually find it.
Yeah.
I think the upgrade system as well. I knew it was quite popular back then. I don't know what game kind of started that out, but they're heavy in that, upgrading Batman's arsenal and stuff.
Yeah.
And it brought back fucking Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. So you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it was apart from Arkham Knight, it was the last one they both did together, I think. So yeah, no, it's a great game. It's one of my favourite games of all time. That along with Arkham Asylum, and you really notice it when you go back to play Asylum though, when you try and do the combat or the stealth stuff, and you realise, hang on, I thought all this was in the game, when it really doesn't get introduced till the next one. So it's like I find that with some of the Assassin's Creed as well. Like I'm like, how come I can't do this? And it was like actually I did it like 3 games later, and because it kind of blends a bit. But yeah, it's such an influential game. This, yeah.
The last one that we all picked together that we're going to talk about is the rootin' and tootin' cowboy game, Red Dead Redemption. Another Rockstar game, it came out in 2010. Go on, Mr. Pineapple. You love this game. You like westerns and such.
I do. Red Dead Redemption, are we talking about?
We are, mate.
Well, it's Grand Theft Auto, the cowboy years, isn't it, really? It is essentially Grand Theft Auto, but it's not, is it? End of podcast.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think there are a lot of stuff that they added, I guess, which was, like the targeting stuff, the Deadeye stuff, and all the horse stuff. Like, I haven't played the second one, but it's unrivaled really in terms of horse riding and that in a video game, and how it looked so pretty when it first came out as well.
It still does.
And be able to do like not high, I'm just going to GTA 5. What was it, like where the bandits are? You do that, and you can do it all online, and the whole world is available to you online as well, which is obviously in GTA 4, but it kind of added a whole new level, I thought, as well, to living world.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably one of its most influential things. The online, which obviously birthed in GTA 5's online, which is still going to this day, and you can get it on PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did have a lot of, I can only think of Red Dead 2 at the moment because I haven't played Red Dead in so long.
Yeah.
But I know there were a lot of things different in Red Dead 2. But obviously influenced from this, like the horse mechanic gameplay that like you spoke about and stuff. It's like one of those games where people haven't dared to try and clone, or they haven't. It's just failed miserably. Like, there is a few cowboy games out there, but most of them are like first-person shooters, or like we had. I think the closest one to Red Dead is Gun. If you've played Gun.
I remember Gun.
Yeah,
that's a fun game.
It's alright.
But I think a lot of people latched onto the narrative a lot more than like GTA games and stuff.
Yeah, I think this really pushed the boundaries in terms of storytelling.
Yeah.
It's insanely well written.
Yeah.
And just quite epic. Epic in
like
scope.
a western.
It's massive.
It's a western that you're playing.
When it proved that sandbox games didn't have to be modern set.
Yeah.
That a period setting can work for this type of game.
Another great soundtrack as well.
Wonderful. That's the first time you ride into Mexico.
Yeah.
It's just one of my favourite moments in gaming. And then I accidentally jumped off a cliff with my horse and died. So, yeah.
Yeah, the atmosphere of the whole game and the narrative, the storytelling.
Yeah.
I think that, especially, like with the soundtrack, because there's a lot of like great games now which use a lot of music, and I'd say this even influenced The Last of Us. Looking at the kind of relationships in Red Dead, you've got Joel and Ellie in The Last of Us that are in this desolate kind of world, getting on horseback to get places with fucking acoustic guitar playing in the background, and Joel being a modern day cowboy, really. Yeah, it's just Red Dead, isn't it? But in an apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think the DLC for this game is highly praised.
Oh yeah, it's like a whole new game really. It's set in the same world, but it's the zombie setting in a western is great, and it's basically as good as the main game. You know what I mean? It's a great story, and I wish they would have done something like this for GTA 5. That's the thing, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it would have been great to have some kind of like separate game. You don't even have to have a new map, but it just had the whole new layout.
People are praying for it to happen with Red Dead 2 because there's a lot of like alien references, and
there's a lot of weird shit in Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
There's vampires and werewolves.
Yeah. And
serial killers. Pardon?
The night folk as well.
Yeah. There's the guy with the robot.
Yeah.
Not as good as Red Dead 1 though.
It kind of creates this kind of universe for the Red Dead and the GTA games. Like, I feel like they could easily intertwine, and it feels like a world where you could take Trevor out of GTA 5 and just plonk him in Red Dead and he won't be out of place.
Yeah.
Making some moonshine and shit.
And then you had all the other little mini games and that in there, which is just I think the whole thing about that game that I like is it just encourages you to just do your own thing, like go outside.
Waste time.
Like go explore, go do hunting, or go play poker or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of
poker's a big thing in Red Dead. I know there's a lot of streamers that just literally sit and play poker on Red Dead. It's like, fuck the game, I'm playing poker.
It's the influence. I mean, if you like play The Witcher or something like that, it's the same thing, right? You know, you want to explore the area, you know, and do the other little bit. You know, you don't want to just do the main story all the time, and it's not like in GTA where sometimes you get the side missions just pop up on the map. You have to sometimes find the strangers and that around in the local area. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Strangers are a massive part of the game, isn't it?
Stranger missions are fun.
Yeah. It's definitely big part of my childhood, that game. So a lot of time on that.
I need to get a 360 again just to play it. And the main character dying was quite unprecedented at the
definitely, especially for the first game.
time. You know, you're like, oh yeah, he's got a happy ending. He's back on his ranch.
Yeah.
Oh no. There's some people.
Yeah.
You try and kill them all.
A really bittersweet ending, wasn't it?
You can't kill them all.
But it feels like a contained story. That's what's kind of cool about it, though. Like, it's like one, apart from the stuff with his son, but you know, you can ignore that really. You don't really want to play that bit anyway. But do you know what I mean? It kind of feels like it's what it feels like a complete package finishing the game. You know, like it is the death and that. So you know, not a sequel based though.
I think the whole like Red Dead series, it follows on into Red Dead 2 with how compelling the characters are and stuff. And it's crazy because in Red Dead 2 they kind of flip John on his own head. Like everyone remembers John being this like badass cowboy guy. In Red Dead 2 he's just an arsehole. They really tear his character apart, which I love.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely, you know, action, adventure fits into what we were looking at. So, you know, I don't think, it's probably, of the last 10 years, probably one of the best games I've played. So, there you go.
Yeah, well, that was our agreed on list.
Yeah.
I feel like many people disagree and be like, me. But one big massive series that we didn't really put in there was, we've mentioned it, was Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
This was mainly because of the disagreement in which Assassin's Creed games should be put in there.
Yeah.
Mr. Pineapple is famously a pirate lover, but Assassin's Creed 4 should have been the one. But then I did think that Assassin's Creed 3 influenced a lot of Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah.
And then you got to look at Assassin's Creed 2, but then that was influenced obviously by Assassin's Creed, the first one. I think because obviously they've got the new 3 games. The third one isn't out yet, Valhalla, but they've got Origins and Odyssey, which are obviously a lot different from the previous ones in terms of gameplay.
Yeah.
It kind of takes the I don't know really. I just know it's different a lot in the combat and stuff.
Yeah, I'm playing Odyssey at the minute, and I've played Origins as well. It's very different. As I said, unlike in the first ones where you could just stand there with your sword for half an hour while they just come at you one
Circled
after.
Yeah.
You know, you have multiple men attacking you and women in Odyssey 2 attacking you at any one point, and it just makes you think more about what you have to do. I'm finding the attack then run and hide in a bush technique works a lot more than it.
I guess it's the stealth stuff as well in that game. It's major influence as well. Like, because it was, I think, was it the guys who made Assassin's Creed did Thief or something, those games?
They did Prince Persia.
Prince of Persia as well, yeah.
Originally, the first Assassin's Creed was going to be a Prince Persian remake, but then they felt like it was so far away from the source material that they obviously created Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have a look when it was released.
The first one?
Yeah.
I want to say 2007-ish.
Yeah, it was on the Xbox 360.
I remember playing it. It bored me so much because it was so repetitive.
Yeah.
It's for sure my least favourite one of the ones I've played.
2007, yeah. God, is there anything you don't know?
Lots. How to Pleasure a Man.
But yeah, the stealth elements in that game are obviously the big influence in many games, like Batman. You know, like Arkham Asylum came out in 2009. That's been influenced a lot by the stealth mechanics in Assassin's Creed. Yeah, it was just a whole free running as well.
Yeah.
The fact that you could jump from building to building and jump on someone and stab them in the fucking neck like a boss.
And then carry on running.
Yeah, just carry on running until you jump off a cliff and die.
Yeah, I felt like the whole world was explorable. Like that's what I thought about like 2. Was you can climb up every building. Like that's in GTA you can't do that. You can't go into every building. But you can climb up every building. You use the entire environment that you've got to your advantage, which I thought was a great benefit of it.
Like that's even an influence in games like the latest Legend of Zelda, where you can climb up any fucking wall or...
Yeah.
Which obviously that's a big thing for Zelda to do, because he can't even
Yeah.
fucking jump in most of the games.
Can Zelda swim?
He can, yeah. He swims very weirdly, like one arm out, and then he's just kind of
Yeah.
paddling his way through. Fucking elves, mate.
Yeah.
Or Link, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Link, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just spoke about Assassin's Creed. I know there's a lot more games that we put in the pot, if you will. A lot of them for me kind of fell into the hack and slash genre as well. You know, I had games like God of War, Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry is a great game.
It is. Didn't know you liked Devil May Cry. Play the new one.
No.
You want to borrow it?
Yeah, go on then.
But yeah, Devil May Cry for me, one of the coolest protagonists, I'd say. It's just, I mean, we put every GTA game on there. Prince of Persia as well.
Yeah.
Mirror's Edge as well, that kind of falls into the same kind of gameplay style. I remember Mirror's Edge when it first came out, when everyone were dying for a number 2, and then number 2 was shit.
Number 2 is often shit. Yeah. It was a poo joke.
Shadow of Colossus, that was a big one. That was gonna be either my vote, but I went with Arkham Asylum. But I think Shadow of Colossus is just a great game. That's one of them games where it's storytelling in the most obscure way possible, but it's just such a inner struggle in the main character that he becomes the thing he's fighting against. Yeah, fucking, it's dark, man.
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of Shadow of Colossus? Nah, you bastard.
It's a bit
Never.
like show don't tell, right? In, like the game, you don't really get much narrative, right? So you kind of given to you, you sort of have to work it out yourself.
Yeah,
Too much work, that.
too much work. Thought you liked arty-farty stuff. Mr. Mindful, fucking hell.
When have I ever been a fan of arty-farty stuff?
You liked all them short films at that film festival.
Never been to a film festival.
Some in the 2010s, Last of Us that we talked about, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, wonderful game. Wonderful.
We're obviously going to be covering quite a lot of as many as we can, game genres, and I feel like that'll be definitely in the open world episode.
Yeah.
You suggested The Walking Dead. Is that the Telltale?
Yeah, so I thought I'm not sure how. I think it kind of brought back that genre a bit, where it's not really I wouldn't say it's almost not even really a game, because it's more like, it's like an interactive story almost.
Point and click.
Way back when, though, action and adventure were point and click
Yeah.
kind of things, though, weren't they?
Adapted from like those
Text-based
adventure.
things and stuff. Create your own
Books, yeah.
adventure books and all that.
Yeah, like that Broken Sword game I'd put in there as well it's a really old school sort of point and click one. So it's I kind of thought it revitalised. Talking of Walking Dead again, it's revitalised that sort of genre, I guess, into
Such a good game as well.
It's one of them games though that kind of outdid itself, because past that game they obviously created so many more games, Telltale, but it was never at that level that
Was that the first one they did?
Yeah, the first season they called it of Walking Dead.
Yeah, because you had Among Us and things like that, which was really good. But like it really dropped off when they started doing stuff like the Minecraft one and the
They did the Game of Thrones one as well. And
that was awful. That was
they just started adapting, and it's that kind of choose your own adventure where it kind of fell into, it's not that anymore. You're just making decisions, but at the end it's going to be the same outcome for everyone.
Yeah.
Which I think is very hard in the choose your own adventure thing. I think the game studio that does that kind of best is Crystal Dynamics, is it? With games like Heavy Rain and Detroit Being Human, stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess they had the influence as well. That was that Life is Strange as well.
Yeah.
Sort of game as well.
I did mention Metal Gear Solid. I put Metal Gear Solid 5 down because that really pushed the boundaries of open world, kind of do what you want. And in Hideo Kojima style, there were no real kind of tutorial telling you where to go or anything. You really had to figure it out by yourself. But obviously, Metal Gear Solid has been mentioned in the action adventure genre for the decades that we're looking at as well.
Yeah.
But to me, it always seems more like a stealth narrative kind of game, more than an action adventure. But have you got any more to mention?
Not really. I was gonna say Metal Gear Solid 5 I think is the one that fits the genre best with the open world stuff, I guess. But no, not really. I think we've gone around quite a lot of different games and topics. So.
Yeah, quite a fair amount.
Well, that ends our big pineapple then. boys,
A fun one.
shall we get on to the wrestling news?
Hey.
Been dying to talk about this, haven't you, Mr. Pineapple?
Oh, yes. Rubs his legs vigorously.
Take us away, Mr. Pineapple.
Well, is the first one the big one we're talking about?
No, it's the taping suspenders.
Oh, right. Well, you have to tell me what they are because I don't have them wrote down or in front of me.
I thought your big brain would remember.
I don't remember these kind of things. This is not important, unlike dates.
Well, the first wrestling news that we've got is taping suspended after positive corona test.
Yeah, someone got corona. WWE were like, shit, probably better not record SmackDown tonight.
That's surprising, though, to be fair. I thought they'd just go ahead and book it anyway.
Well, there's been rumours that Kevin Dunn is not allowing people to wear face masks because they don't look good on camera.
Oh dear.
So, I mean, Kevin Dunn's a prick anyway, and the sooner he dies, the better.
Everyone in any other, like, kind of sports thing kind of wearing them.
Yeah, but, you know, what you're going to do? So they've sort of shut down production. People are refusing to... I know Kevin Owens is refusing to wrestle and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a bunch of heat on him and stuff. It's just fucking... It's ridiculous, isn't it? I don't...
You're basically going to be shown who the real arse lickers of Vince are.
Yeah.
Whoever's back wrestling after that is going to just be a little bitch.
But apparently it's the person who got it is only like a performance center guy.
Right.
So they're not like top star yet. They're just...
I know, but them taping everything in the performance center,
Yeah.
he's going to have been there for God knows how many days prior, and probably in the audience, because that's what we're doing with all the performance center people. So,
I guess the
not
trouble
good.
as well is with them letting all those people go like a month ago. Like if people are really wary, obviously, if they're refusing to do things, they might get cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Toxic environment in the
Very
WWE.
Oh dear.
Which leads us into our big wrestling news of the week. Oh boy, go on. Now you can take us away.
Who doesn't love sexual assault allegations? WWE, that's who. So, recently a woman spoke out on Twitter like 4 or 5 days ago now, I think, about a man called David Starr. He's wrestled pretty much everywhere other than AEW and WWE. I think he was a current champion in a couple of the promotion. Progress, I know he was a champion in Progress. He's an American, but he wrestles mostly in England. And she came out about allegations of sexual assault and rape and all this kind of stuff. And it sort of sparked another Me Too movement kind of thing. It's called #SpeakingOut is the thing on Twitter. And countless people have come forward
Yeah.
about many wrestlers who span all the companies. You've got the big ones involved, your WWEs, your New Japans, your TNAs, your AWs, and your sort of lower stuff. And it ranges from like referees to promoters to actual wrestling talent themselves. Things from rape to just like sexually explicit messages and what have you. It's some pretty dark shit out there, man. I was on Twitter the other day reading about it, and it's not fun. It's pretty upsetting. Jack Gallagher has been released from WWE because of it. He didn't get the usual good luck in your future endeavours thing. It just says they've come to terms of the release of whatever his actual real name is, kind of thing.
Goodbye, nonce boy.
Yeah, but other people in the company, like Jordan Devlin and Matt Riddle and stuff, have been accused. But Matt Riddle debuted on SmackDown like 12 hours after he'd been accused or something, and he got a win over AJ in his SmackDown debut. And it's like, I don't know, because obviously we don't know if they're all true or what have you.
Yeah, probably are.
Oh, you know, and I've been on Twitter and Facebook. I'm on quite a few Facebook pages and stuff, wrestling wise.
Yeah.
And the fans are just annoying. You know, they're just bringing out the usual vitriol that they spew. You know, innocent until proven guilty. And we're like, we know that, but we need allegations, because if there's not an allegation, then they can't get evidence.
It's not an investigation.
You know, it's like that's the criminal system. You know, they're like, oh, they're just, you know, there's no evidence. And
are they like the biggest names in WWE then?
There's others, and Jimmy Havoc, who wrestles in AEW at the minute. You know, Jimmy Havoc, the famous in ICW and stuff. He raped a bunch of people, but AEW are playing the mental health and addict card for him. He's gone to rehab.
Right.
Um,
Just like Harvey Weinstein did.
Guy who was the NWA Power co-owner and stuff, he's resigned. Dave Lagana, a prick anyway. He was a writer in WWE, and he got fired back then for just being a lech. Just fucking. Ugh. I mean, and there's the whole stuff like this has happened throughout the history of the business, right? And there's a female wrestler retired now called Pollyanna. She's 31 now, I believe. She's Welsh, and she put out an accusation against someone of raping her, but people like Will Ospreay and B. Priestley essentially bullied her out of the business because they were friends with the man, and that's just another one of the reasons why I think he's a complete and utter cunt. I despise the man, and I would happily stomp on his throat, and her as well. And she's been on Twitter because she blocks keywords on Twitter like wrestling and stuff, Pollyanna, so she doesn't see any notifications about it because she wants to try and leave it all behind her. And she's just like, hey, look at all this shit that's coming out now. Like progress of apologize to the people that it's happened to because of this, but she tagged Progress and was like, where was my apology 4 years ago? And they're like, shit, sorry. And she's like, it's a bit late now, isn't it?
Symptomatic or something.
So I've literally just googled WWE sex allegations, and Jim Cornette has.
Oh yeah, Jim Cornette and his wife. Apparently, right, he likes the kind of cook stuff, and if they wanted to get a spot in OVW back when that was the developmental stuff, they'd have to fuck his wife in front of him to get hired and stuff.
Well, he tweeted on the 19th of June
about the paedophile ring in his basement.
Morning all. I know that my name has been involved in everything because it gets attention, but I'm too busy running a pizza parlor from my basement of my paedophile ring to make any Twitter goose and their 700 fake accounts famous today.
Jesus.
And there's like a Facebook group on a Jim Cornette Facebook group on Facebook, and his wife joined it and commented something about grooming people after all these allegations and stuff have come out, and all the marks that they're just being the worst kind of fucking toxic people ever.
It's crazy how they get away with it.
So there's up to 70 people that have been have had allegations against them. Quite a few NXT UK guys as well. So they're having sort of crisis talks about the brand.
They'll just quit it, won't they?
I don't.
Who fucking watches it anyway?
I've seen a bit of it.
What, when it's on NXT Takeover?
No, it's on one of the channels on TV. Channel 5 it's on.
Seen I just saw something that kind of hit home for me was I think it was Bram, but said there's some allegations against him, and I thought, because we'd seen him,
saw Bram,
see him in Lincoln, so I was kind of like, obviously a lot of these names I know from TV, but seeing someone live, you think, what if there was something going on at that event? Do you know what I mean? It really just puts a real sour taste across the industry. There's something wrong, something deeply wrong.
Yeah,
it's allowed to continue,
Thing is, it's been going on for that long in WWE. I mean, the whole thing we joke about it, about the underage Stephanie thing.
Yeah.
But they had so many fucking weird sex parties and drug parties. It's going to be interesting if this brings it back to that kind of era, and if you get people like Ric Flair being fucked on.
I mean, there is sort of seminal moments in the industry that have changed it. The early 90s steroid scandal, Chris Benoit, double murder suicide. They've all changed the industry. Could this be hopefully another one? We can hope so. We can hope the people who are found out to be guilty get whatever judgment they deserve, rightly so, and that women and some males as well can be not preyed upon.
Yeah, they could be honest about it as well. I mean,
yeah. I know there's a lot of people that still haven't come out with what's happened to them and stuff. There's still stuff coming out, man. It's just
my friend said there was a bit of a knock-on effect as well. He's quite into UK heavy metal. He was saying that some metal allegations have been coming out as well.
Oh right, yeah.
As a knock-on effect of what's happened. So it's, it might be another catalyst and something like that.
More Velveteen Dream stuff's come out as well, so maybe he'll finally get the sack.
Because that was just kind of brushed under the carpet, weren't it?
There weren't
And
enough evidence there, but
they'll get backlash for that as well.
Don't forget we had all that stuff a few years ago with Alberto Del Rio, like being like horrific to Paige and things like that. You know, that is.
well, he did stuff earlier this year as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Against that we talked about on the podcast, the beating up of the woman and the sexual assault, and the saying she's just going to leave a kid just in the middle of nowhere if she doesn't do a sexy dance for him or whatever.
How is he still working? Like I still understand.
I don't know.
The industry's led by them kind of people.
I mean, you look at it, even at the top, like Vince and Linda both involved heavily in the Trump administration, right, as well. So,
Yeah.
you know.
And Vince famously wants to fuck his daughter, so
Yeah, I mean, Vince has cheated on her with multiple people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would too, look at her. But
Yeah.
it's a sad week for wrestling, really.
yeah. Is that the end of the wrestling news?
We also watched some with Backlash, and that was shit. That's the end of the wrestling news.
Oh, did we not talk about Backlash?
No, because we watched it on Monday.
Oh, fucking Jesus. The greatest match ever, though.
It went on for 45 minutes,
45 minutes, complete bullshit.
and Edge got injured.
Yep. And now he's going to be out for like 6 months.
6 to 8 months, yes.
Nice.
Excellent return.
Well, on to our awareness section then. We always let our guests go first, so
Yeah.
go on.
Well,
Colin.
it's one I think you guys have talked about a few times before. Obviously, myself, my family, friends all have at various times struggled with mental health stuff. And obviously, I wanted to highlight Mind, the charity, as just it's a great charity. It's got a lot of good information on it as well. So if you're not really sure about what's going on, you can go on their website. I think it has some helplines on there as well. Another thing I saw in the last week was that they've, I don't know if this is US based, but they've had set up a hotline for trans people.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Struggling with their mental health. So I think it's American only, but that's if that's something you're struggling with, that's out there. And I wanted to echo as well, obviously what you guys were talking about last week was with Elaine and the Shove It cancer stuff. I just think you said about them doing a day where everyone can do Shove It. So
10th of July.
yeah, so and I think they're still fundraising, so that's a really good cause. It's a real shame. It's such a bummer that she passed before being able to do it. So
Yeah, I got very emotional last week.
but that's just what I wanted to highlight this week. Just a couple of things.
Some excellent stuff.
Well, carrying on our reoccurring raising awareness about kind of things you can watch relating to the Black Lives Matter cause, I watched The Five Bloods, the new Spike Lee film that's gone to Netflix. But yeah, it's a really good film. It's not all just centered around that kind of movement. It's a lot to do with PTSD and mental health as well, being war veterans from Vietnam. And yeah, it's really good. I don't want to really speak about it too much because I don't want to ruin anything for people, but if you like Spike Lee, if you like Chadwick Boseman, and if you like unknown actors getting the spotlight and being really good, then watch The Five Bloods. It's good.
Is Delroy Lindo in that film? Delroy Lindo, is he in the film?
Yes, yeah, he is.
But he's good in it.
Yeah, he's very good. John Reno's in it as well.
Jean Reno.
He's put on a bit of weight, mate.
He's getting on in his age, though, isn't he? He's a bit older than he was in Leon.
That's what I
Yeah. Leon the nonce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will check that out at some point soon because I wanted to watch it for a while. So want to see what's it? Is it like Black Klansman at all?
No, but it's good.
Right, I'll give it a go.
It uses different aspect ratios pretty well. Pretty cool. It uses I don't know anything about aspect ratio, but it differs between the past and the present. That's how they kind of note that out. And the past versions of the old actors in this are still played by the old actors, so
Okay.
it's not an obvious like annoying thing where they either de-age him or get a new guy in to play him.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's cool.
Check it
You should
out.
give it a watch.
They're playing them at the same age.
No, but
Oh, they
they're
make
young, they're younger, but they're just the same actors. So they don't look any younger,
Right,
but you know
that's
they're younger because it's set in the past by the different aspect ratio. But yeah, it's gruesome as fuck. But yeah, It's good.
Very good.
Have you watched anything lately, Mr. Pineapple? Or have you just
I always watch stuff.
anything relating to the Black Lives Matter?
No, I am going to watch Hoop Dreams in the next few days, which is a basketball documentary
Nice.
about few inner city types and their journey through that. It's like 3 hours long. It's meant to be like one of the best documentaries ever made, though. But no, obviously the past few weeks have been heavily featuring Black Lives Matter and, now this pride and stuff. But I'd like to just talk about myself for a moment, if
That's
I
fine,
may.
mate. Of course.
Because in the world and on social media, if you talk about things other than yourself at the minute, you can be seen as
It's frowned upon, really. isn't it?
bad. But fuck it, I'm gonna celebrate me.
You do that, mate.
377 days ago, I tried to kill myself. Dead, not alive anymore. That's obviously some days longer than a year. I was going to talk about it then, but obviously Black Lives mattered then.
That wording.
I just, I'm alive. Don't drink alcohol anymore. I hate it. 52 days without beer. Yeesh.
That's massive, mate. That's so proud of you, mate.
It's unheard of.
Yeah.
I've hated every second. I hate every second of recording this podcast.
Motherfucker.
Well, it's almost done.
Well, no, just celebrate me. I'm good.
You know, you've kicked the drugs, kicked the alcohol. What are you going to kick next? An
Kicked
orphan?
to death.
Yeah.
Nothing left to
Kick
kick.
Tony the Pony, aren't you?
I don't eat meat hardly anymore. I only eat fish. No.
Well, we're both extremely proud of you, and it's good to celebrate yourself. It's
Yeah,
good to know that you can say, I've overcome this in my life. Mr. Pineapple Lives Matter, not Black. But yeah, that's the end of your awareness section. Guess it's a shout out.
I just it's Father's Day today,
Yes, it is.
so shout out to dads out there if you have one.
I'm a dad.
Oh, we saw your child earlier,
Yeah, interrupting.
creeping in the door and whatnot.
Glad to be a dad again.
Yes, I am. Someday.
Eventually.
Pop it out already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went up to my dad's, gave him a bottle of rum.
Kind?
Yeah.
No, what kind?
What you saying? Now it's kind. It's the new Copperberg.
Oh yeah, I keep seeing that on people keep posting it on Facebook and stuff.
You probably won't like it, but
Does it taste like Copperberg?
I don't know. I ain't,
Get me some.
no.
I'm your dad now.
Yeah, cool. Father's Day.
All good. Yeah.
Have we got any shout outs this week?
I will. Oh, go on then. I'll shout out just all our university and Lincoln mates. We have quite a regular quiz, and really brightens my week up to see everyone.
You're the quiz master next
Yeah,
time.
the next one. Be warned, there's not going to be any transsexuals on this one. But yeah, it really brightens my week to see everyone, and I'll shout out you guys as well, because like the podcast has helped me through the lockdown a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's another highlight of my week just to get to listen.
One of our regular listeners.
Yeah, and it's an honour to be on. So it feels weird, but it's
Have you enjoyed recording?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been interesting.
Yeah. And I'm sure we've always got multiple different themes and episode ideas knocking about.
Course,
if there's anything in particular that you're into, well, I know what you're into, but that you'd be interested in talking about.
Yeah. Pitch it to you, either in the comments.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
So, yeah, and also fuck you, Seaton.
Yes.
Yes. And we didn't even have to say it first.
Yes.
This
proud.
is a best guest so far.
I'm proud.
I like it.
Thanks, guys.
It can't be worse than them two people who were on that.
Oh, fucking women, mate.
Women,
Jesus
mate.
Christ. Have you voted in the poll that I put on Facebook yet?
I haven't had a look yet, so
We're doing a remakes versus original where we've got 5. I think there's
5 films.
Yeah, there and original and remake. We're just wanting people to vote on it. Have we had any votes on it yet?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
You haven't checked, right? Cool.
So that's next week, is it?
No, next week is Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh,
But we want to know, so.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Felt very welcome.
Fuck you, Seaton. We haven't even said it yet.
Fucking ginger prick.
Yeah.
Bastard. And stay fresh.
Stay fresh.
Stay fresh.
Take a ride on its own little pony. Come take a ride on its own little pony. Let's take a ride on its own little pony with Mr. Pineapple. Oh yeah, it's Mr. Pineapple's Wonder Hour.
Because I'm not used to it, you know.
Is it not easier?
It was easier, yeah, but I was just like confused. Well, not confused, but it was different.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Mostly because I weren't tearing my skin off with a fucking shitty like, bit razor or whatever.
Oh, dear. Oh, you're asking for like one of them sponsorships with something like that, mate. Get what Harry's razors on or whatever it is. They sponsor all the podcasts.
They actually do.